All right, welcome and thank you for attending the press conference for Game 2 of the 2026 SEC Softball Tournament. We are joined by Kentucky head coach Rachel Lawson and designated player Carissa Hamilton. We have a mic holder to the right. If you have a question, please raise your hand, introduce yourself, and wait for the mic in order to begin your question. We will begin with an opening statement from Coach Lawson.
Yeah, when you looked out, despite the rain right now, I'll tell you, when you walk out, the stadium looks amazing. So I want to shout out before we do anything to my operations people. They did an unbelievable job. Our grounds crew, everybody. The University of Kentucky really stepped up, did a ton of renovations and just refresh of a bunch of things for the SEC tournament, and it's really showing right now. It's great. Want to thank the SEC and ESPN. I mean, ESPN's bringing their A crew for this, which is amazing, both in the morning sessions and the evening sessions. It truly is the next best thing to the Women's College World Series. It's an awesome event, awesome venue, and it shows you how serious the SEC is about women's sports. As far as we're concerned, all year we had a hard time getting things together. We would have a good day on the mound, and then, similar today where we had a bunch of miscues in the last inning. I thought Sarah was great, but it was just too much for us to overcome. Carissa was great in her senior campaign, so just a tough day.
All right, we'll open it up for questions. Please direct anything to either Coach Lawson or Carissa. In the front.
Carissa, John Huang, NOLA Media. What is the hardest thing about processing a season and career ender like this?
Oh, that's it's a lot. I'm very fortunate with everything that's been given to me these last 4 years, and it's been a pleasure playing for Coach Lawson these 4 years as well. But this was very unfortunate how it ended. But I'm just thankful for everything, and I just gotta put one foot in front of the other now. And sadly, I don't want to hang this jersey up yet, but it's been a pleasure, and I'm just really proud of our girls this whole year. We've fought as much as we could, and I wouldn't trade it for the world for them.
In the front.
Carissa, Larry, about how hard was it, or how did you all manage to keep that fight going over the last couple of months when you were going through this long losing streak in the conference and all? What kind of held things together as well as what it did?
One thing we just kept reminding ourselves is that we just keep playing together, why we play for the front of our jersey. And every practice we just talk about doing team first mentality, just making sure we have each other's backs. And in practices, we always talk about how we can pass the bat down to each other. And when things get hard, just regrouping and just taking a breath and allowing ourselves to recenter and just get back in the moment and constantly being present. And being present is just one important thing that we focus on as well. So, and it's tough situations throughout the whole season, just keep reminding ourselves those things and just keep our head straight rather than looking at the big picture overall.
In the back.
Coach Peyton Pruitt with the Kentucky Colonel. We talked about errors a lot around the end of the season. Errors became an issue again today. What made it so hard to clean those up?
We just had so many people out of position, to be totally honest with you. When we had so many key injuries, so, like Carissa had to leave behind the dish to go into the infield. Sleeman's also a catcher. She made it to the infield. Donaldson, who started at third base most of the season, she had to move to the outfield more regularly because we had an injury to an outfielder. So we just had so many people out of position. They just didn't have enough time or under their belt to be able to become good at their positions. And when you have great hitters who are hitting the ball as hard as they do at them, they tend to let the game speed up on them. So really that's what led to it.
Second row.
Coach Jeff Brown, D1 softball. Mm-hmm. I've known the young lady to your right since she's about 15 years old. Can you talk about the changes this year? You already mentioned position change, but her offense really came alive this year, and 2 home runs today. And then not only just a senior, but Sarah Hendigas as well as a senior. What more could you ask from 2 seniors today?
Right. Yeah, they were great. You want to know why? I don't know. I'm just kidding. I think so. Carissa caught almost every inning of a majority of the games for us for 3 years. So I think just her having fresh legs this year had something to do with her offensive resurgence. And I think when you're in the SEC for a long period of time, you learn approach, you learn how to handle things better, just the experience of the game. You saw in our game and you saw in the game before ours, younger people or inexperienced players in the SEC were the ones that tended to make the mistakes. So I just think her experience and her loyalty to everything, she just stayed the course, stayed the process, even when things were hard, and I can't say enough about her.
Front row.
Rachel, this season didn't go nearly how you thought it would, but what is the one thing maybe you want the fans to know about this team that isn't really reflected in their record?
Well, when you're in this kind of a situation, people tend to just fall apart completely. So from a record standpoint, yeah, it appeared to the outside world that we fell apart. But the fact that we had such a tight culture, we kept it together, and we kept fighting through the whole thing. So everybody in the locker room was all in the entire time. I just think in the end, we were just out of position and we were outmatched sometimes.
Larry.
Rachel, looking forward, what has to kind of change, or what do you see that makes you feel positive about going forward?
Well, from a positive standpoint, the players who were injured are coming back. So we have experienced players coming back that were not on the field this year. So I feel really good about them, and there were quite a few of them. I feel great about our incoming signees. They're very, very good. Now, keep in mind, they're freshmen, so they're going to have to learn, but they're very smart, and they have a huge pedigree. And then, as you can see with the SEC tournament, I mean, this is a really fun place to play. So, the portal will open up soon. And, we need to get a little bit more diverse offense. Some things happened that created some changes for us, but we need to plug in some holes there. And we got to make sure that we can win many different ways instead of one ways. But I feel great about the pitching coming back. I feel great about the players coming back. And then we just have to add a missing piece or so.
Ryan Black of the Louisville Courier-Journal. Rachel, kind of following up on these questions you've already gotten, but this season specifically, is it something, do you flush it immediately, or is it something, hey, this is going to be a motivation all off-season heading into next season?
Well, for me, you got to get the full benefit of it. When you get your teeth kicked in like we did all year, you learn from that. It would be a mistake not to. I really wanted to play Arkansas. Then I could definitively say that we've played all of the best teams in the SEC. So I wanted to get through it not only to win, but I really did want to play Arkansas. I wanted to see what it was about because they are a great program. And you have to learn from that. If we want to be a big dog, we have to make sure we're playing them. When you're up against them, it's very different playing against them in a 3-game series than playing them one time in the postseason, and also when you get to see how things are run day in and day out. So just the fact that Oklahoma and Texas have joined, and then you're seeing the elevation of all the SEC teams with all the new things that are going on in the world of softball, it's quite a thing. So we got to learn from it. The players have to learn from it, and they got to get more results oriented. I'll be totally honest with you. You can't go into a gunfight with a knife, right? So you got to make sure you're results oriented. You have to be bigger, stronger, faster, and you have to be willing to. The decisions that my team will make now through the summer, the decisions you make 9 months out will affect us next season. So we got to make sure we're making good decisions over the summer, learn from it, and then move on.
Last one up front.
Carissa, there at the end, what was that last huddle like with your teammates and coming off the field? Kind of what was that like and what was said?
Very emotional. We did the best we could, and we all just were hugging each other and just going on the field at the very beginning, and we made sure to all kind of go off the field just as a team, and just trying to hold our heads high the best that we can. And it is a lot of emotions. I mean, it's 4 of our last games, seniors, and along with the manager as well. And it's just a lot to take in, but we're all just deep down very thankful, and we gave it our all.
All right, that's all for today. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, thanks for being here.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you.